there's a lot of sacrifice involved when it comes to moving. We know whether you're moving across town, whether you're moving from state to state, if you're in the United States, region to region, if you're on the continent of Africa, moving from country to country, even city to city, same thing. It takes a lot. It's a lot of work, sacrifice. I'm on my way to Florida right now, coming from St. Louis, and I'm driving. Long ride, by the way. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the sacrifices that you got to make, and the sacrifices that we're making to come to South Africa. My name is Darren with Buckner Family Travels, and if you've never been to my channel before we go any further, I want you to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can get all the updated stuff and what we're doing for the family so we can get to South Africa. I'm Darren, by the way. It's going to be my wife, my son, of course me, and my wonderful dog Tank. Anyway, guys, you guys know I've been in St. Louis, Missouri. I got a train going by the way, right now. Big freight train. So I'm kind of at a stop. Actually, believe it or not, I'm not real happy about this stop. I'm in deep hearts of Alabama on my way. I had to drive this time because I'm going to go get a lot of stuff and take it from Florida. But I'm in what a lot of people would consider a really racist state here in the United States. I'm talking super racist. Some of the leaders in racism. This is where the Montgomery boycott was. This is where Dr. Martin Luther King did a lot of the protesting. Rosa Parks, and you name it. A lot of our civil rights leaders had a lot of big battles right here in Alabama. I was driving down the freeway and I saw a Confederate flag. You know, the Confederate flag was what they used during slavery because it was the Confederate fighting the Union soldiers. The Union soldiers was the group that were fighting to stop slavery, and the Confederates were the ones trying to make sure slavery stayed in place forever. I just saw a flag probably bigger than my F-250, and that's a big truck, and it's the long F-250. It was huge, and it was right off the freeway. It was on private property. Whoever paid for this, they had to pay for this gigantic pole to be erected way over the trees so you could see this Confederate flag. So being stopped at this railroad track and looking at this little cabin behind me. Matter of fact, maybe I could show you guys a little bit. Let me see if I can flip this camera around. There's a train going by. Let me turn this camera. There's a train going by. There's an old beat up truck in front of me. There's a cabin over there. They actually live right next to the train tracks. I'm not sure how they can stand it, but hey, I guess they get used to it. There's not much else around. It's just a few cars here. And like I said, I'm talking racist still today. This part of Alabama that I got to go through in order to get to Florida. Anyway, got to roll those windows up, make sure you guys can hear me. Anyway, the sacrifice, you guys. So, like I said, it takes a lot of sacrifice to do what it is you want to do and get to where it is you want to go. It's no different than going to college and you're making a sacrifice for those years to get your bachelor's degree or whatever it is you got to do so you can get a good job or whatever the case. It's no different than in marriage. You make sacrifices, you know. You're not going to always agree on things, and you know, when the love seems to be going out the window, you got to at least like the person so you can stick around. It's all part of sacrifice. Well, in this journey, there are a lot of sacrifices. As you guys know, I bought some property. I'm sorry, you guys. I was looking out the back of the truck because I saw some guys in a big truck, a big white F-250 like mine. Theirs is bigger with even bigger mud tires and whatnot. couple white guys, but fortunately they're just stretching. But yeah, it's not a comfortable situation even now today. So, but they look like they're fine. I can tell the way they're dressed. They're probably not worried about me, and it looks like they're stretching. But anyway, I have to come from St. Louis where we're working on the properties. By the way, guys, I got that property already. If you guys have been watching my show before, train's gone. But so I'll be looking at the camera, but not as much, guys. Okay, gotta stay safe. But anyway, you guys know I've been working on properties. I bought an abandoned property in St. Louis. My brother and I put the property back together. Just passed my inspection yesterday. So now we got an occupation permit. And we took this house from a 2-bedroom, I think 1 bath, to now it's considered a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath on the books. That makes it easier to sell. It allows you to rent it at a higher rate. All that kind of good stuff, because it's official, it's in the books with the city. Anyway, my wife and my son are still in Florida. As you guys know, I'm always in Florida, because that's where the family is a lot of times if they're not in Atlanta. My wife was and I were having a discussion. We were just talking about how we have to start cutting more and more costs, because we have to basically take the snips and cut our way out of the United States, for lack of better words. And that means detaching yourself from a lot of things. So this extra condo and paying extra money to live there, and internet. I got to pay for internet in St. Louis. She got to pay for internet down there. We're driving more. We're buying separate groceries at separate times. All this stuff adds up. So since I own a few properties in St. Louis, my wife had a suggestion. She's like, you know what? Maybe we should just come up there, and we could be done with this condo here and in Florida, and heck, we just stay up there for a while, you know, as we go through the visa process. And I wish it was just that simple, because we're still residents of Georgia. So we got to get health checkups and whatnot, and we got to go back to Georgia before we go to St. Louis. But I'm driving my truck down because I was doing the math, and by the time we get we try to drive her vehicle, transport, put a trailer hitch on her vehicle, rent a trailer, throw everything in there, and I had to fly down. It just didn't make a lot of sense. So after doing the math, it just made sense that I drive down. It's about a 12-hour drive that I'm on. Fortunately, I'm on the last bit. I got about 2 hours left, so I'll be getting there just in the evening time. But anyway, we're gonna go to Atlanta. I'm gonna be down here in Florida for a few days, so I'll take a quick video or something showing you guys, and then I'm gonna have to go to Atlanta. We gotta stay in Atlanta for a little while. Start getting some of our health checkups, get some of our paperwork in order. So hopefully we can get this visa paperwork sent off in the next 2 to 3 weeks. That's the goal. Got to get some checkups. The visa office wants checkups, so we're going through all that stuff. So, like I said, it's a lot of sacrifice. Fortunately, Malcolm's in online school and online private school. It just makes life a lot easier for us. And I'm glad he's been a good sport, although he's ready to go back to school. And so we got to think about him too. But my mom's in St. Louis because, that's where I grew up. We have property there and we own it. And I fixed these properties up and they look nice. And I'm working on the second one now. And like I said, we got to decide whether we're going to rent these, flip them, sell them, all that. But I got to go through the paperwork. I got to check with my real estate agent, start getting appraisals and all that, seeing what they can sell for, how long they're going to sit on the market, all that good stuff. In a rough economy where the interest rate is up. But hey, it is what it is. I'll focus on the positive and not that, because ultimately my goal is, once again, to get to Africa. And so, like I said, it's a lot of chess moves you have to make. But if you really want this, and I'm talking to African Americans, brothers and sisters, and I'm talking to some of the brothers in the diaspora that might be in different European countries, and you're talking about returning home to the motherland, you know, you got to make these sacrifices. And I was really glad I watched the video the other day with Dr. Assad. You know, he's one of my favorites, you guys. And I was watching him and his wife, Adrian. If you guys aren't subscribed to their channel, make sure you subscribe to their channel. Yeah, Dr. Assad, I was watching a video the other day, and he was just talking about some of the hard work that they did before they got there. And he had me thinking. I mean, I'll be honest, and I'm not trying to weigh who works harder and who does what. We all do different things, and we all have different ideas of what it is to be successful and whatnot, and what's good money, what's not. But it still had me thinking, and I had to say, you know what? If we really want this, we got to do what it takes. So I was really happy that my wife Rochelle was okay. As a matter of fact, it was pretty much her suggestion. She said, I'm tired of you being gone anyway. You don't have to be gone that long, and we're right here in the same country. It's not like, you know, I had to fly overseas. She said, we can just come up there, and we know we can all still be together, and we can help you out with whatever you need help with. And she suggested, you know, and Malcolm can help you out on some of the stuff you're doing. And I said, you know, you're right. So I'm really blessed to have a wife that is willing to participate. And I heard Dr. Assad and his wife were talking about the jobs they were working. They actually had me feeling like, you know what, I ain't working hard enough. I don't want this bad enough. So I've decided I'm going to turn it up. I've decided to put more money into some investments, more active investments, because I don't know if you guys ever seen me. I wear a t-shirt and it says I sell things. I'm wondering, should I put that shirt up for sale, by the way? But anyway, story for other days. Maybe I'll put that shirt up for sale. But I'm into selling things, and I'm always looking how to buy low and sell high. Not just with real estate. It really doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's not anything illegal. So yeah, I've decided to turn it up. I made a few more investments with some people I know that are in sales, and they sell different merchandise, whether it be to stores, individuals, companies. They do a little bit of all that kind of stuff. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make more investments. I'm gonna go do a little bit of construction work, because that's what I do. I own all the tools, and when I have a few days off, I'm gonna go work on other people's jobs and get their money to keep fixing up my houses and keep putting money in my pot. So I'll have more money to move and make my life a little easier, because it does take money. And, you know, I want a comfortable life while I'm in South Africa. I want a comfortable life for my wife and my son. And, you know, it takes sacrifice. So if you're in the diaspora, I mean, you know, you just got to be real, guys. I mean, you can't spend all your money on fancy cars and keep going out every day and buying something out to eat constantly. Every day you got to get that coffee. You just can't do it. Not if you want to make this move. This is a serious thing, man. This is a serious move you're going to make. And you want to make sure that you have everything that it takes, so you'll be 100% ready and prepared. And if you're married and it's a couple, then you need to make sure that your partner's on board too. Because it's imperative that all of you are getting along and have the same goal in mind. I'm so happy that my wife has the same goal in mind that I have. I'm so happy that my son is in agreement. Whether he has the same goal, he's only 13. I can't really say the same goal yet, but he's in agreement. And I'm so thankful for my daughters, my 27-year-old daughter, Selena, and my 21-year-old daughter, Kira. At least she'll be 21 shortly. I'm so happy they're in agreement, and they're happy for us. They're happy for us making this move. My brother, Courtney, he's happy for us making this move. my mother is happy for us making this move, and I have other families that are just saying, man, I can't wait till y'all get there so I can come visit. One of my sister-in-laws, the first thing she said, man, I can't wait to come to South Africa. So, you know, it's good. It keeps us hyped up, but it takes sacrifice. So we're going to make sure we do what it takes to make sure we get there, you guys. And I appreciate all the messages you guys send. I appreciate the negative comments, the positive comments, because believe it or not, I'm kind of taking it all in, and I pull what I want out of the negative, and I end up making it some type of positive for me. But I want you guys to continue to comment, continue to like, continue to share. In case you guys didn't know, we are over 1,000 subscribers now, and I need you guys to keep subscribing and share our videos and like our videos and comment on every single video. If you haven't seen all my videos, go back, press like, go to our page, Buckner Family Travels. Help me want to be better. And if you want me to talk about something particular, something in the United States, let me know, and I'll do that too. Because right now, all I can talk about though is the journey that we're going on, and I'm doing this in hopes of helping some folks out there that want to go on that journey, and they want to make it to the continent, or wherever you're going, even if it's not to the continent. If you just want to make it to the next state, the next city, the next level in your life, maybe I can say something and inspire to help you get there. I also want to put it out there, you guys. I want suggestions. We are looking for, and we're going to rent first. We're not going to buy, because we want to make sure that whatever area, we got to like it. And I know YouTube, y'all gonna give me all kinds of suggestions. But I want you to drop down in the comments, make suggestions of areas. Think about it. I want you to think about it hard. Remember, we're not from we're not from South Africa. We are foreigners coming to South Africa. We want the middle class. If I can do upper class, I'll take that too. But I definitely want, at minimum, middle class lifestyle. Secure states. We want places that are going to take dogs. It's okay with dogs. And we're going to need all that. It's got to be legit, because we're going to check it out. We'll probably, we want to go through an agency, lawyers, whatever the case. I don't have to buy anything like right now, but I want to make sure everything is legit and up and up, because we're not trying to be suckers and trying to say, oh, I know the president of South Africa, and he's a friend of mine, and don't worry, you good, or you can rent from him. Oh, don't worry, if you give me 2,000 rands up front, then I'll get your search going for you. And my cousin, he owns a place, and you give me 2,000 rands and I will introduce you to him. Please don't come at me with that, please. Y'all know what I'm talking about, because I've seen it all before. We've all seen it all before. And I want legit stuff, because we legit. We want it to be secure, and we want it to be nice. And even with my son, I want to enroll him in school there, because I want him to start going to school in person again, because he likes socializing. And I want him to go to a school that's a decent school. It doesn't have to be an expensive private school. I know you have to pay school fees at a lot of schools there, but I do want it to be a good school. But no, I'm not trying to act like I need the most expensive private school. And I visited some of the private schools, and they're really nice in South Africa, but it doesn't have to be an expensive private school. I just want to make sure my son will be happy, can get along, and I want him to be in a class of kids that are, similar financially in that bracket, whereas they can have stuff to relate to. He loves to play sports, and he's smart. He's a real smart kid, so I want to make sure he's involved, and I want it to be more mixed. I don't want, when I say mixed, I don't want to put him in a situation like he's been here before, close to, where he goes to a school where hardly any kids look like him. I don't want to put him in that situation. So don't put me in that neighborhood, and you don't have to put me in a ratchet neighborhood just because I want to be around people that look like me either. I don't want to be in no ratchet neighborhoods. I came from ratchet neighborhoods, bad neighborhoods. I grew up in that, and I always say I ain't going back. I ain't going back. And I've worked too hard, so I hope you understand. I'm willing to sacrifice, but I ain't going back. So anyway, guys, like I said, if you got any suggestions, leave a comment. If you don't have any suggestions, leave a comment anyway. Mention some areas outside of Johannesburg. I prefer to be in the Joburg area or in the outskirts. I've heard a lot of people mention Midrand. I've heard a lot of people mention Four Ways. I look on Property 24 a lot, and I see properties. But, you know, I noticed I joined a couple Facebook groups, and I found out about some other areas that I had no idea really existed in South Africa. And I just saw luxury living for even more reasonable price than you see in Joburg. Much more reasonable than Cape Town. So I can't think of the name of the areas right now while I'm driving, but I'll put it in the I'll put it in my description below. One of the areas that you guys can tell me what you think about that too. So let me make sure you go down and read the description. But anyway, you guys, I kept you guys 20 minutes, and I'm driving and talking. Hey, I still got an hour and 40 minutes left, but I appreciate you guys taking the time out. Remember what I said. If you watch this whole video, I appreciate it. I still got to get up to a certain amount of hours, and I think we can do monetizing. But I do want you to like, subscribe, and make sure you share this video and press the bell notification, so every time I come on, you guys will get an opportunity to know, hey, he has a new video. Let me go like him. This brother trying to come to South Africa. He want to be a brother. He and a sister with us. We want to be with you guys, and we want to be over that way. I love South Africa, and we are coming. So get ready for the Buckner family, because the Buckner family travels. Love you guys. Peace, and I'm out.